Hey folks, this is Kalani, going to be teaching you how followers work. So this is followers and you. So hopefully you know by now that you can get followers through a variety of different ways, and you get little hints on where to get some of them that you haven't got in your follower menu. So this menu includes all the followers that you have, all the ones that are on missions, the ones that are inactive, and then all the ones you have yet to collect. So when you click on them, you can see that Cacklebone, for example, is from a vendor for the factions the Laughing Skull Orcs revered, and the location is your garrison trading post, and it costs 5,000 gold. Some of the costs aren't all there. I know some of them are missing the Apex's crystal cost for a lot of these, so it's not always, spot on, but it's pretty close. Now, apart from where to get followers, because there's a lot of information about that on the internet right now, if you Google the follower, and wow, you pretty much get a step-by-step on how to get every single one of them, so that's no problem. But how do followers and missions work together, and what essentially happens as you send them on missions? So we're at command table. This is where all your followers can do all their good stuff. As a little quick aside, if you want to assign any followers to buildings, you would need to go to your architect table. So for example, Benjamin Gibb is inscription for me, and he's on my scribe's quarters. Having something on a profession building like the scribe's quarters doubles the amount of material you get from it. So it's very important and very useful to have one on those kind of buildings. The mine and herb garden show you exactly what they do, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem, and some of those seem to be iffy anyway, probably not all too worthwhile right now, but profession buildings definitely so. Now your followers have two methods of progression at level 100. Essentially. Before that, you obviously level up to 100, and then while you are at level 100, if they're not currently epic, any experience they earn will bump them up to the next rarity, to the next quality. So a green will turn to a blue, and a blue will turn to a purple. Uncommon, rare, and epic. So what do you get from that exactly? A green will have one ability and one trait, most of the time. When you go up to blue, they'll have one ability and 2 or 3 traits, and then when you go up to epic, they'll have 2 abilities and up to 3 traits. So, essentially, if you get an epic bonus upgrade while leveling and obtaining these followers, you skip an entire leveling process up at level 100, because from green and blue to purple, you can suddenly counter twice the abilities on your follower missions, which is incredibly important. The more stuff you can counter, the better chance you have of success. So right now, this has 3 counterable abilities, and 2 of them are wild aggression. So you'd need 2 taunters and 1 that gets rid of massive strike. That's not too bad with 3 greens, but when you get down to a quest like this, having 3 greens pretty much won't cover all the bases. You need to have 2 of them which are at least epic to get rid of 2 of these things to have a decent chance at getting these stones. So you can see how that becomes very important. So at level 100, focus on leveling everything to an epic. It takes a lot of time, but it's fine. You've got those missions for a reason, and then when you are epic, I'd recommend focusing on epics because of the 2 counter deal. You can start playing with their item level. So right now my arm has an item level of 642 because he has a 645 weapon and 639 armor. You'll notice one's epic and one is blue. If we go down to my Shadow Hunter, we've got 2 greens, and then I believe she's out on a mission, but my Soulbinder is 2 greens as well. So when you bump it up to eye level 630, it becomes a rare, or a blue, and then when you get to 645, I believe, we'll test that right here, with these upgrade tokens. Talk about these in a little while, but we'll poke the armor just up to 642. Okay, so they turn epic at 645. Let's give him some epic armor. So my arm is now 645, and you may say, right, so what? So what? My friends, that means he can bring back raid gear. So when you get 2 followers to item level 645, you start getting missions for Highmall, and they can bring you back 655 gear. Yeah. pretty impressive. So when you get to item level 615, you can start bringing back 630 gear, and you'll get 615 item level requirement missions. So this will bring back a 630 weapon. But if the follower does not have 615, even if it's 100, even if it's epic, it won't do anything. It won't help anything. They need to have at least that item level to have a chance of success. So the better geared your followers, the better gear you can get from follower missions. So let's have a look at what kind of items we have to upgrade their gear and where they come from. You have this kind of upgrade token, which is probably the most powerful kind, where they straight up equip an item to your follower. This one is a 630 weapon. You can get 615s and you can get armor of the same variations. So obviously you want to try and get one of these before you start using any of these, because these just upgrade your follower's item level by 3. So this weapon is worth 10 of these green ones and 5 of these blue ones. That's how powerful this is. So let's upgrade a few people. We want Millhouse with a 630 weapon. We've got Arm at a good place. We've got Shadowhunter, who needs a little bit of upgrades, so we'll give him some shinier weapons. Put him up to 630, and then we'll give him some shinier armor. Get him up to 630 there as well, so suddenly his item level has just boom, and that'll unlock new missions. So it's a different little bits and bobs, and you upgrade your missions. Basically, you can bring back better gear for yourself, and that's going to continue hopefully throughout the expansion. So it's important to keep on top of these. Let's have a look at where you can get these upgrade items. The first is your salvage yard. When you complete a mission, you have a chance to get a salvage box. At a level 2 salvage yard or higher, that box has a chance to contain any of these weapons. Now the next one is the war mill. You need to create work orders, and sadly they cost garrison resources, but there's a chance for any of these items to be in those work orders as well. Sometimes you just get iron scraps, but other times you can get all of these shiny upgrade tokens, and they're obviously going to work towards your follower's item level and getting you that shinier gear from your follower missions. It's basically free gear, but make sure you counter all the little tricks and trades of that mission. You don't want to have an 80% chance of success to get a 655 item and it fail. That would be incredibly saddening. So you can actually get your hands on raid gear without stepping foot inside a raid. Right now, if you get those followers up to 645, you can get raid gear before the raid even opens. So that's just something I thought I'd pass along. That's how followers work, but if you have any questions or queries still, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll try to get back to you. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave, and if you want to see more, feel free to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always, I will see you next time.